So I'm a lifeguard at my local pool and this happened when I wasn't working, but I got a very detailed recount the next day from another traumatized lifeguard. So I thought I'd share. A swimmer came up to one of the lifeguards, LG1, saying I think there's been an accident in one of your toilets. We aren't allowed to leave poolside while on duty, so he radioed for another lifeguard, LG2, to check it out. And oh my god, someone had obviously had an awful case of diarrhea. The cubicle was covered in shit, all up the walls, the floor, on the toilet paper dispenser, and in every crevice available. LG2 quickly closed the toilet and ran for the manager because they had no idea how to even start cleaning it up. This is where the entitled parent comes in. LG1 was watching the pool as he noticed a lady and her kid, maybe 6, walking onto the pool side. The most important detail to note here is that the kid has shit dripping down his legs. The conversation went as follows. LG1, excuse me, your son can't come in the pool like that. Oh no, don't worry, I just need to wash him off then we'll be leaving. LG1, what? I'm just going to dunk him in, you know, just to get the worst off before he changes. LG1, no you are not, you can use the showers for that. Oh but this will be so much quicker and we're here. Plus the showers are gross. They're not, they get cleaned at least twice a day. LG1, pool rules say that if you have diarrhea you aren't allowed to swim, and have you any idea how unsanitary that is? He'd only be in there for a few seconds. What's the big deal? My son isn't going to get anyone sick. At this point they argued back and forth, all the while the kid was dripping shit on the floor and looking like death. After a while the manager had noticed what was happening and came over. The situation was explained, and the tried to plead her case to him. So you see, I should be allowed to wash him here. It's communal water. Manager, in a voice that sounded like he was completely over stupid people today. No, leave the pool, or I will be forced to ban you. At this point the lady finally got the message and left. I guess it just sounded more important coming from a grown man, rather than a teenage lifeguard. However in the end, it wasn't really a win for the lifeguards, because they had to clean it all up. One of them threw up, because of the smell as well. And by the time she left another toilet mysteriously had another shit on the floor. But whatever, they haven't come back again. My aunt works as a teacher in a really small school. Recently one of her students was hit by a trailer. Nice girl, good grades, respectful, you get me. Well my aunt called her mom to check on her and basically told her, if you're calling for me to tell you she's dead, so you can gossip then fuck off. She just told the mom she wanted to check on the girl and give her lessons at home when she recovered, so she would do well in her exams despite the accident. My aunt was devastated. She didn't know the state of the girl and was really worried about her. Around 2 weeks later my aunt gets a call from the mom, telling her the girl is coming home from the hospital at the end of the week, and she was wondering if my aunt and her class would come for her welcoming party. The day comes, and my aunt goes to their house with the entire class, around 12 kids, for the welcoming party, and is received by the girl's grandmother who is waiting for them to come home. The house was empty, not decorated or anything that pointed out it was a party. The woman comes home with the girl in a wheelchair, and when she sees the house starts throwing a fit. Woman, what the hell is this? Where's everything? Aunt, what do you mean? Woman, the cake, the theater, the decorations, the gifts. If you're going to throw her a party you at least bring her something. Aunt, you didn't tell me I had to make the party. You just asked me if me and the kids could come to the party. Woman, I meant you make the party. Wasn't that obvious? You're useless. My aunt even asked the grandma and she too had understood that they were just invited. That woman also lied to her boss that the girl needed a special bed, so he would give her the money for it. She doesn't need it. IDK what she wanted to do with it, and her boss actually bought her the bed and now she's selling it. Also she told everyone the girl's liver had detached. She had broken her skull, her pelvis, both legs and needed money for a blood transfusion. Even though she only broke her pelvis and legs, and healthcare, including blood transfusions, are free in our country. So I was on a 5-hour flight home from a holiday, and you know what it's like. Airports and planes make nice people grumpy and grumpy people grumpier. They also make entitled people more entitled. Cast. Entitled mom, Karen. Entitled kid, let's call her Zoe. Zoe's dad, let's call him Mark. And me. First thing that happens is at TGE very beginning when boarding. Zoe is about 8 years old and whining that the line isn't moving fast enough. And sure enough, I'm the lucky person that has to sit next to Karen and Zoe. Mark sits across the aisle. I'm at the window and Zoe once again starts whining. Guess what? She wants to sit at the window. Mark tells her to be quiet and that she can't sit by the window because there's someone sitting there, me. Mark seems like a nice and decent guy. Honestly, I feel bad for him. But I decided to just tell him she could sit there and I'll sit on the aisle. Zoe thanks me after her dad forced her to, and all is well. Alright, so now to the interesting part. 1.5 hours into the flight attendant comes around with drinks. I order a Fanta. Next to me is Karen and her kid. Karen in the middle. Zoe wants a Fanta too. Karen orders the Fanta and is about to pay with card. Then this happens. Flight attendant, I'm sorry ma'am, but we only accept cash here. Karen, I don't have any cash. Flight attendant, I'm sorry but we don't have a card machine, we are literally unable to accept card payment. Karen, alright. Hey Mark, do you have cash? Mark, no sorry. Karen, well you're going to have to let me pay by card or give me the drink for free. Zoe, asterisk almost screaming asterisk mom I'm thirsty, I want my Fanta. Flight attendant, look ma'am, we can offer you free water if your daughter is thirsty. Zoe, I want Fanta. By now the whole aircraft is staring at them. Flight attendant, but if I give you a free Fanta everyone is going to start asking for free sodas, and I can't do that. Karen, but no one has to know. Flight attendant, ma'am the whole aircraft is looking at you. Karen, I don't care, can't you see that she is thirsty and wants a drink? Mark, honey, calm down, didn't you hear? They have free water. Mark, I'm sorry miss, just get her a water. Zoe, but I wanted a Fanta. Honestly, if Zoe hadn't loudly whined for the past 2 hours about not having any leg space and being bored, I would have brought her a Fanta. But definitely not now. Anyways, I reached down to my bag to get my noise cancelling headphones because Zoe is seriously getting on my nerves. While I do that, the flight attendant leaves and Karen fucking grabs my drink and hands it to Zoe. Karen, here honey, there you go. Zoe, yeah I thank you. Me, ma'am, that's my drink, I paid for that, and I want it back. Karen, no, you can have the water or simply buy another one. Me, bitch what? Karen, excuse me, don't you dare use that kind of language in front of my baby. Me, what the fuck? Your baby is drinking the drink I fucking paid for. Karen is turning red while a flight attendant is coming over now and the whole fucking plane is staring at us. Flight attendant, is everything okay? Me, no, this bitch stole the drink I paid for and gave it to her daughter. Karen, but she is thirsty and deserves it way more. Me, she has a glass of water, what she needs is a fucking reality check. Zoe is fucking drinking my Fanta by now and am boiling with anger. First I offer that bitch my seat, then she whines for 2 hours straight and now she's drinking my drink. Flight attendant, miss we will bring you a new drink, and if you want we can switch your seat. Me, thank you so much and yes I would love a new seat. She leaves to get me a new drink and come back 10 minutes later. Flight attendant, as the plane is very full the only seat left is first class, if that's okay with you? Me, of course that's okay. Flight attendant, I will help you get your stuff there and your drink will get there soon. If you want we can contact the local police at plane destination and you can press charges for theft. Karen looks terrified at the mention of police lol. Me, thank you very much, but contacting the police really won't be necessary, it's only a drink after all. I'll have to go to my first class seat and already gave the airline a very good review for the amazing service. As I'm leaving I can already hear Zoe saying, but I want to be in first class too. This was recent, and I was heading home still wearing my cat ears until I was aware that most normal people are weirded out by a grown woman wearing this. I was super tired and had just finished helping a friend who is disabled and staying at a hotel near the convention. I was taking the bus home because I only came for a day. So I decided at a stop to remove my ears and tail, which I should have done at the hotel. My bad. I was aware of a small child and her mom. I put the ears and tail into my grab bag my friend bought me, and I was sitting down to wait for the bus. Here comes the trouble. No sooner as I sit down, the little child, a girl, reached her hand into my bag. "Mommy, it's soft." I look over and politely close the bag. She wanders back to her mom, who asks me about the convention, which I answered yes, I went. "Then you won't mind if my daughter tries on the ears and tail?" She seemed to think this was okay. It was not. The ears and tail were made for adults, not kids. I politely said no. The mother's friend walked up looking offended. "Why not? You're not wearing it, and besides you're an adult. You should just give it to her." The mother of the child looked at her friend. Now the mother was no aim at all. She accepted the answer and just asked me where she could buy the set. I happily gave the unentitled mom the webpage and warned her on the prices. Her friend was a total M, demanded I just give my set to the child. "Look, we all know you're just a freak. Just give it to my friend's daughter." Her friend was bitching to all high hell. Just take it from her. Clearly you have a right to. Unentitled mom. Shut it down right then and there. She said no. And besides, red is not my daughter's color. They have a pink one on the site. I will order it when we get home. I also informed the that she can pick the size more suited to her child, which she told me thank you. The M on the other hand was left to stew for a minute and then spouted, "I hate Comic-Con freaks, they are all the same. A bunch of babies who clearly never grew up. I'm so glad I will never let my kids be into that." I whisper to her friend, "I sincerely hope her kids do become nerds, just spite her." We had a good laugh as I waved to her daughter and said, "I bet you're so cool as a pink kitty." If you enjoyed the stories, slap the like and subscribe button for more of them, and don't forget to support the original writers with an upvote. Links are in the description. Peace out, and catch you tomorrow.